Hey Peeps, welcome to another video. Today it is my March fabric and pattern haul and what I'm planning to get made in March, hopefully, fingers crossed, all being well and good. The very first pattern is the Butterick 5209. I have had this pattern in my stash for ages. I've had it on my radar to make for ages. It's very, very reminiscent of some trashy diva dresses, which I absolutely love. I have chosen that pattern, but I've put the fabrics up for a vote on Patreon. At the moment, I put 3 up, but there are 2 that are actually neck and neck. So the first one is this kind of purpley teal abstract roses on a black background. This is a viscose and I have 5 meters of it, and it's from the Textile Centre. And then the other one that is neck and neck is this viscose from the Textile Centre with black and kind of like orangey tan coloured, I think they're chrysanthemums, but you know, let me know if I'm wrong. But these 2 are neck and neck in the poll at the moment. The poll finishes tomorrow, the 29th of February, and I'm not sure which one I want to win. Mine will obviously be the deciding vote if they are neck and neck, because one of these will be the fabric that I use for a sew along. Thinking about it, this fabric's probably not the best fodder for a sew along because it is black, and that's not great for showing up the details of what you're doing, so this might be a better sew along fabric to pick. But I think even if one wins over the other, I want to make both of these into that dress because I would like to try different skirt options. I do like the skirt option as is on the pattern, but I'm thinking that I probably would prefer a circle skirt on the bottom of the pattern because there is quite a lot of gathering around the waist, although in these lighter weight delicate fabrics that wouldn't be a problem. So yeah, I'm still waiting to find out exactly which fabric is going, if one will win outright. I can imagine that I probably will end up making both of those up into that dress because I really love it, really love it. The next thing that I did was I have kind of a pile of jersey fabric next to me and a pile of jersey patterns next to me, and I haven't necessarily decided on which fabric's going to go with which pattern, but I would like to get these sewn up this month. So the first pattern is the McCall 7471. I really like this. This has been up for a vote a couple of times, and it would be view C that I would make, and maybe view D. I do like view B, and view B's hem would be easier to do than view C's hem, but I like the idea of the cuffs on this. I really like the neckline. As you know, I have a thing for cowl necks. And I don't think I'd wear D as a dress, but I would wear it over leggings, and that's something that I would like to make soon as well. Then we've got McCall's 7812. This one was up for a vote on Patreon as well, and it just missed out. I love the dress version of this, and I like the top versions of this as well. I think D and B are my favourite. I like A. I don't think I'd ever make C with the little peplum because I think that would hide my smallest point rather than accentuate it, which would be what I would want to do. But I do really love the dress. I think I would make the skirt of the dress longer because that's just a preference of mine. I would like to get that one made up. Next is a pattern I've had in my stash for absolutely ages. It's Butterick 6285. I love the entire outfit. I know my sister-in-law has made this top up, and I know lots of you have made this top up. I really like wrap tops. I like the idea of a jersey wrap top, so I am very interested in getting that one done. Then we have McCall's 7722. Again, it's another t-shirt pattern, so I don't think t-shirt week, I still think t-shirt week's going to happen eventually, but at the moment it's kind of like t-shirt pattern and then I make a bunch of them. So I've done the sew over at cowl neck, I've done the wanted tee, and I think this McCall 7722 is going to be this month's one. I really like view B with the cold shoulder look. I don't usually like cold shoulder looks, but I do like that one. I think that's appropriate for the weather that we're coming into. This is the exact dupe for a Club Monaco t-shirt that looks very cool, worn under pinafores or jumpsuits. I'm thinking that one. I do like C and D as well. I'm kind of intrigued by the sleeves on those. They could be interesting to play around with as well, but I think this is going to be this month's t-shirt pattern, I think. How many times can I say I think? And the last pattern that I have here is the Vogue 9281. It is a top, and I do like this top. I follow Emily Horman on Instagram, and she actually elongated this into a dress. and it looked amazing. Now it is an off the shoulder top, so I would actually add straps to cover my bra because I don't like wearing strapless bras. I don't have a strapless bra. I've never had a good strapless bra. I really like the idea of it being a dress, so I'm going to take a leaf out of Emily's book and turn that one into a dress. Now I have some really gorgeous fabric. I have a couple of fabrics actually that I got from the Knitting and Stitching show from M. Rosenberg and Son, and they are very heavyweight and very, very stretchy. God, I think they're cotton stretches, I think. They are absolutely beautiful. Now this one really reminds me of Dolce & Gabbana dresses. I'm tempted to use this one for that Vogue top that I want to turn into a dress, except that that Vogue top has lots and lots of panels on it, and this has a very large print, and I would be worried that it would, all the panels would break up the print in a way that I wouldn't like. So my other thought was the So La Di Da Sweetheart dress. I was talking to you guys about showing you what the same pattern looks like in different fabrics, and I've made one in a stretch cotton, I've made one in a rayon now, or a viscose, and I was thinking I could alter the pattern or trace a smaller size and use a jersey for it. And again, I'd like the idea of this one, and it does have panels in that dress, but they're not as many panels as that Vogue pattern. I think I'd get away with it. So for the Vogue pattern, Mum bought some of this type of fabric as well with a different print on it. It's a slightly smaller print. Dad doesn't like it, so Mum's given it to me. We did a fabric swap. She had some of my viscose and I got her heavyweight jersey. So I'm thinking I might use that for the Vogue pattern. I think that would look nice. So these, as I say, I just have a pile of very pretty jerseys next to me here that I'm not 100% sure what they're going to be as yet, but I would like to get them sewn up. So this first one is from Ibiza. I've got like 1.5 meters of this. It's kind of fluffy on the back. I think it's like a French terry, and it has these kind of glittery fox cats on them. Mum and I couldn't decide what they were. It does have some stretch, but it doesn't have loads of stretch, so it kind of needs to be something like those Anderson tops that I made, but not that Anderson top that I made, because I've admitted defeat. I'm not going to touch that pattern again, don't worry. But maybe like the Rigel bomber jacket, something like that. I think that would be very cool. I just would really like to get this made up because I think it is adorable, and I think it would look very, very cool as the Rigel bomber jacket, actually, with maybe if I could find some pink that matches and then do the piecing on the top of the sleeve. I think that would look really cool. So there's that one. Next is some slinky jersey of some description that I got from the Knitting and Stitching show from the Textile Centre. I love this. This is, I know exactly what this is going to be. This is going to be the Friday Pattern Company Adrian blouse or Adrian t-shirt. I think that's going to look stunning. I have a feeling that I will be making quite a lot of those Adrian t-shirts because they are awesome. They're not the kind of t-shirts that I would make it for the dead of winter because of the sleeves. I wouldn't be able to wear cardigans and things over the top, but for the time of year that we're coming into, I think that's going to be perfect. So I'm really looking forward to getting this made up. Then I have this absolutely amazing cotton jersey with birds on it. This was a present, and I am so sorry. I cannot remember who sent this to me. I know it came from the Netherlands or from that vicinity, and you sent me 1 meter of it, and it's just stunning. It's absolutely stunning, and it's got so many different birds on it. I think you can probably see the swans the most at the moment, but there are lots of different types of birds on this. I think what I want to do with this is something like the Gable t-shirt, and I didn't get around to making that last month, but I do want to make that this month with that kitty fabric that I showed you, and also this one, if it works out. I think the Gable t-shirt would be awesome for this fabric because this fabric has such a large print on it, and I could really showcase one of the birds on the center panel of that t-shirt. I think that would look really, really cool. I'm so sorry I can't remember the name of the person that sent this to me, but it was such a lovely present, and it's just absolutely amazing. So I've been kind of hoarding it because I didn't want to ruin it, but I think one of those types of t-shirts that's high across here so that it's just a panel of fabric would really show this off. So there's this one. Next is another fabric that was a gift. I think it was from Sew Me Sunshine, and again, I cannot remember the name of the person that gave this to me. It's lots of little bees. I think it's really, really cute. I want to use this to test out the Renfrew t-shirt with the bigger neckline on it. The only Renfrew t-shirts I've made have got the V-neck on them, so I haven't made the scoop neck or the cowl neck one, and I think that this would look really cool in that. So I would like to get that made up. Next we have some awesome fabric. It's got little kitties on it, but the cat's eyes actually glow in the dark. They have that material on them that once it's charged in the sunlight, it will then glow in the dark once you've made it up. It is nice and stretchy, so I think I can get a t-shirt out of this. I don't think this is going to have to be a jumper or something because it's a very lightweight fabric, but it's absolutely gorgeous and I love it. So yeah, again, this could be really cool as a gable, so I think I'm going to be making quite a few gable t-shirts this month, which is good because I really wanted to try that pattern. Next we have this beautiful merino knit that I got part of my KB pattern swap Christmas present from the lovely Melanie from New Zealand. Not sure what I wanted to make with this because it is just so beautiful and gorgeous, and it's such a lovely colour. I think I've decided on the sew over it cowl neck t-shirt because of the drape of this. I think that would be something that I would really enjoy wearing. I made a sew over it cowl neck t-shirt with a very sheer jersey a couple of months ago, and I like how that turned out and I like it as a layering piece, so I think that's what I want to do with this beautiful fabric from the lovely Melanie. So thank you for sending that to me. I'm going to get it sewn up this month. I'm excited. Next I've only got 3 more to show you. So next I have this absolutely stunning cotton jersey. It's from Pin and Sew, I think, and it is a peacock cotton jersey. But the exciting thing about this one is, if I can find it, here we go, is that there is actually a peacock on one side. Now he is quite a large peacock, and again I think I think I've got more than enough to do a couple of t-shirts, but I think I'd like him kind of there, so I'm thinking like the gable t-shirt again, because again high neck and it will take advantage of the lovely peacock. It's just absolutely beautiful. This comes in panels. They do loads of panels, really interesting panels. As I say, I think I've got enough here for 2 t-shirts, so I'm thinking the gable and maybe the wanted. It's going to be fun to play around with where the actual these feathers go and these feathers go, and I'm going to try and get these darker feathers actually at my waistline because I think that would be flattering. I've been hoarding this for ages. The lady who owns the company has made a bodycon style dress out of this, which looks amazing. I kind of bought it with the intention of maybe trying to replicate that, but then I just don't wear those kind of dresses anymore, so I didn't want to waste this fabric, so I kind of got a bit stumped by it. But I've now decided that it needs to be made up because it's stunning, it's the type of fabric I like, and yeah, it's gorgeous. This fabric I got from the fabric swap table at the Sew Southampton meetup last summer. Apparently the person who bought this had bought loads of it and decided to cut the length in half and put some of it on the donate table and keep some for herself. Literally, I out of the corner of my eye I saw this print and just went, and I was at the front door greeting people, and I was like, excuse me for just 1 second, went over and came back like clutching this fabric, and apparently the lady had just put it down. She turned around and it had gone, and that's because I went over and oh my God, I was like, oh, I need that so much. So I haven't planned to make with this one. This is very sheer jersey, so I kind of was a bit worried about it being see-through, but I think what I want to do with this one is the McCall's 7, now I don't know if I'm going to get this number right, 7812 is a pattern that I have made a couple of times and I really like. I've made it 3 times. One of them was my first dressmaker's ball dress. The second time was out of a floral letter print jersey, but it was a poly jersey and I hated wearing that. It was so itchy. And then the third time was out of a viscose jersey with stripes on it. I made a maxi dress and it didn't look right on me, so I still have enough of that fabric left that I think I'm going to butcher that dress for parts and try and make some PJs out of that with a sort of top and bottoms. But what I want to try and do is I want to make the long sleeved version. I love the drape across the body, I think that's gorgeous, but what I don't like is how narrow the skirt is. The skirt looks much fuller on the line drawing than it is in real life. I added flare to the skirt for my dressmaker's ball dress, but I kind of limited myself to the width of the fabric. And I think what I want to do is I want to make it even more flared and just add seams to those panels so that I can have more flare in that skirt, because I think I would really really like that dress. That's what I want to do with this one. And I also have the Lady McElroy viscose jerseys in the Savannah print, the foliage canopy and the cobra corsage. If this works out for that dress, that's what those prints are going to be turned into as well, because I think I would really enjoy wearing those prints and wearing those dresses. In my head, that's how I imagine it turning out. There's quite a lot of this, so I think I'm going to be able to get a t-shirt out of this as well, which is awesome because it's really, really pretty. And then the final one I have here is this leafy print fabric that I got from the Gold Hawk Road. I wanted 3 meters, but I think I've got 4 meters because it was the last that they had on the bolt. I bought this with the intention of making the Deer and Doe Sirocco jumpsuit out of it. It is really, really stretchy, but I think I may need to add a zip to that jumpsuit, because you do need 60% stretch to be able to get it over your hips. And because my waist is so much smaller than my hips, I already struggle trying to get anything that fits my waist over my hips. Usually it has to go over my head, but obviously it's a jumpsuit, so that's not going to work. So I think I'm going to need to add a side zip into that pattern, which is something that they say you can do, and I'm not overly scared about it. I think the other thing that I'm going to want to do is add a wide elastic to the waistband, just to make sure that it really cinches in at the waistband. I have a feeling I'm going to love the look on me. I think it's going to look really, really cool. It's the kind of thing that, again, because it's short sleeved, I wouldn't want to wear it at this time of year, but we're coming into the time of year that I will want to wear it, and obviously I'll be able to put jumpers and stuff over the top, and I could lengthen the sleeves if I wanted to. I know somebody's done that and it looks awesome, but I'm quite excited about that because this fabric's going to look awesome as that. And I think as well, taking the bodice off and just using it as a trouser pattern is going to be something that I like as well, because I think that's going to suit me. So yeah, that is my overly ambitious March sewing plans. Do you think I'm going to get it all done? Let me know in the comments down below, and let me know which one you are looking forward to seeing made up the most, because I think there's some really exciting options in there and I'm very much looking forward to seeing how I get on with them. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye!